Welcome to Craig Baxter.
You know, being a professional in the modeling business, and I'm speaking as an agent's point of view, these models, I'm talking about the female models now, these girls are born that size. They're born with those measurements. They grow up, they're considered, all right, so this is how it kind of ties into the fitness world. There's three types of body types. There's ectomorphs, which are people with very small frames and small thin bones. Then there's the mesomorph, which are people that are in between. And then there's endomorphs, which are people with bigger, thicker bones. So models, fashion models, are generally ectomorphs who are just born with the right face structure, and they end up in the modeling business. So a lot of times, some of these girls don't even diet. They eat pizza, they eat hamburgers, they eat whatever they want. It, you know, the problem is with dieting is when you get girls or, boys that are mesomorphs, the in between, and then they try to be ectomorphs, and that doesn't work, because then you have these kids that are trying to be a certain body type that's just not part of their genetics, and it's just never going to happen. And then they get really ill because they're trying to be something that they're not. So that's my professional
Interesting.
explanation from somebody who works in the modeling business and also works in the fitness business and understands the differences.
Damn, never thought of it that way. Now, is there still, hey, you have, like, basically, what's the shortest height someone can be to be a quote unquote model? You know what I'm saying?
All right, technically it's 5'9". And the reason for that is because your limbs, your arms, your legs, they just look shorter on film if you're shorter than 5'9". And a professional can tell whether or not somebody is short or not just by looking at photos. I can tell by looking at a photo if somebody's short, even if there's nothing next to them that would give you an idea of how tall they are, like a doorknob, or if they're next to something that gives you the perspective of scale, right? But 5'9" is the shortest. There have been models that were 5'8". I represented a model that was 5'8" who ended up doing the Victoria's Secret fashion show. And it's debatable whether or not, some of these girls are 5'8" or 5.5" or 5'9". Nobody's going to pull up a measuring tape during a casting and measure you. Sometimes, I mean, actually, that's not true. It has happened before, but when things are happening real quick, like if you have the right proportions and you fit the clothes, then the clothes looks good on you, then you possibly will book the job.
Interesting. Well, honey, I don't fit any of those requirements. Now, going back to like South Florida, how would you describe South Florida for people that have never been, or what's the vibe down there?
What's the vibe of South Florida? South Florida could have many vibes. You could have the crazy party vibe, or you could have the chill, relaxing, beautiful sunsets, just tranquil lifestyle, which is what I have. And I love it. I think it's the healthiest way to live.
I feel you.
And
I miss it. I miss the sun.
Yeah, a lot of people come to South Florida or they go to Miami and they're like, oh, I hate Miami. And I'm like, why do you hate Miami? Because there's really nothing to hate. Oh, well, it's so ghetto. It's so crazy. There's so many crazy people. Well, babe, probably because you're going to Miami and you're hanging out on Ocean Drive and you're going to all these trashy clubs and you're with the wrong crowd. That's why you hate Miami. But Miami happens to be a very classy and pleasant place if you make it that. if you're with the wrong crowd, yeah, I could see why you think Miami is, unpleasant.
Right. Well, I guess just with anything, you are who you surround yourself with, right?
100%. Yeah.
Thank you, Katie Black. You're amazing. Thank you, love.
I love your